Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, featuring today a 1 vs 1 Monday Novice fight. Yes, indeed, still a 1 vs 1. I have gotten a few 2 vs 2. In fact, I've gotten a lot of replays, but not all of those are in fact Novice Monday fight materials. Of course, we'll have to sort of judge that, and with the 2 vs 2s I watched, not terribly exciting. Partly one game had terrible, horrible unit preservation, and I don't really think I need to reiterate on that right away. Instead, we shall be seeing this fight. We shall be seeing Shivaliv of the 11th Infantry Division going out against Weenieroast. Yes, indeed, the majestically named the Weenieroast, fighting for the Wehrmacht, fighting for the 9th Panzer Division. Starting out with an MG42, not again the sort of thing I would recommend for a novice. Against the British players, could work if you can catch them, but again, the trick is catching them in the first place. And that could backfire, but so far we are seeing sort of, well, perhaps not the most standout thing to see. In fact, he's going for a build which you usually see by high-ranking players against anything but Brits and Americans. Yet he's going for it against the British. Again, I'll be very cautious about that. Headquarters command track, of course, securing the fuel point right there. Points being secured. Pioneers heading southwards. Bike on the way. So far, so quiet. And again, I think I've gotten 16 replays while I've been away. Possibly a bit more, so again, there's quite a bit to go through, and again, not all of it was Monday Novice fight material, but as higher quality, so there might, of course, appear something in the later days. And of course, I'm aware that we have also reached 2,300 subscribers, which is great. I just sort of need to get back in the sort of groove before I can sort of get to work on 2 casts a day. So my apologies, although probably I'll try to get those 2 episodes up tomorrow then, sort of the double there. Bike moving about, reconnaissance, trying to catch the Brits, while the Brits are rather heavily focused on the east. Sort of concentrating forces, not a bad idea at all. Initial fighting going on here, Pioneers caught by the reconnaissance section. And the Pioneers make a swift move away. And we are seeing a Vickers machine gun in place from up here, trying to protect, of course, his cut-off point. Not entirely sure I would do it like that. Perhaps, a bit like here instead, if it was. But I mean, an emplacement this early on is not necessarily the best idea. At least it should have been a mortar or perhaps a casualty clearing station. Damn hiccups. Bike continues. We're seeing Volksgrenadiers out. So far, not a huge lot of engagements. I mean, Weenieroast has not really been pursuing the opponent aggressively, trying to keep him in check. God damn it. My apologies. Motorcycle getting run off. Infantry moving up. Point being secured. Where's the MG42? Up taking points, not really the optimal thing when the enemy's down in the center. Although again, you're usually trying to keep a lieutenant behind your infantry section, otherwise they are going to be moving slower, which is definitely a problem in a firefight where they can suddenly, where cover is necessary, and of course they will be sort of dawdling towards it. Another MG42 out. A rather passive start from Weenieroast as well. Again, you want to be aggressive versus the Brit, not passive. So again, we are seeing something of a Monday Novice fight quality. Pioneers getting run off with rather severe casualties and losses. And there we go, first real infantry fight. Volksgrenadiers versus the infantry section. Where is the bike? Come on, use it to provide fire support for the Volksgrenadiers. MG42 moving up. And there we go, hanging the Brits from the flank. Why are the Volksgrenadiers retreating that far? Why are they now leaving the bike unsupported? Come on, Weenieroast, support your... Coordinate! In the meanwhile, the Brit is being pretty aggressive, going for the fuel point with his reconnaissance section. We are seeing the skirmish phase on the way, but again, Weenieroast is being a bit too passive for my liking. We are seeing mines going down. Mines, great, but oh dear, he's sending in his spike to deal with the reconnaissance section. Not good. And that MG42, what was it doing up there, man? Again, they are not units you're going to be sending in on their own into the hostile territory. They're there to support your other units. Repeat after me. Support units. Support other units. They are not there to be supported by other units. A vital distinction. Lieutenant hanging out here. Cafe being secured by the British. Hoping for a bit of tea and scones. Rifle grenades. Sappers ready. We are seeing a field support drag up. No captain as of yet.
Yes, sir.
And he is in fact being allowed to secure the fuel point. Oh, the indignity. Volkswagen trying to take the point, but again, they are on there. Oh, they're climbed up. Rifle grenades. Get out of there. Come on, man. Just, yes, there we go. Press the T key or the retreat button. Whatever suits you. Just get the devil out of there. Grenadiers on the way. Fuel point denied to the Wehrmacht. Pretty aggressive. We are seeing a buffers up there. He's apparently worrying about a grenadier sort, perhaps. Although again, but one mines could also do a nice trick. Rifle grenades, of course, can fire over things like both cars, so that's an advantage against the MG42. And this type of fighting is certainly not a bad upgrade. Grenadiers ready. Volksgrenadiers need reinforcement. Weenieroast. Verstärkung. And never mind. Well, at the same time, Chevalier needs to move out. He needs to be a bit more aggressive. He needs to keep up the pressure again. It's always about pressure. Keep up the pressure. Keep up the attack. Ensure your opponent cannot react. I mean, that's usually the best thing you want to do. It was in particular what German doctrine stressed. Overall aggression. So far, the German commanders being anything but aggressive, which is rather allowing the British player to secure most of the map. Sappers coming out and attack from upon here, and MG42 Sappers need to get out of there. Good lad. Meanwhile, this bike could be running into a problem. Counterattack by the British. Retake that fuel point and keep up the pressure. Reconnaissance section moving in as well. Bike coming under rather explosive fire, and the Pioneers are immediately stopped by the Vickers. Pinning down the Pioneers. Lovely job right there, mate. Weenieroast, of course, taking some time to get them out of there. Volkswagen's laying down sandbags, so that's not a bad idea. Bike needs to get out of there. Although not entirely sure there why they can't get full usage out of it, Weenieroast. For heaven's sake, do you learn, cover again? You can't use it when you're that up close. So you're not really getting much out of it, man. That was definitely a mistake, I would say. Bike down. Volkswagen and Grenadiers run off. By the Brits again, remember, cover. Don't place it so close to it. I mean, you can't use it. In fact, you're aiding the opponent since he can use it. You can't. Although it seems like Mr. Chevalier got a bit too aggressive and ran into the MG42. A third MG42. You don't need a third MG42. You need infantry. You need a pack. Again, you're getting more passive. You're handing over more and more initiative to the opponent, more of the map. That's not helping you. That's helping the Brits and allowing him to steamroll you. Except he's doing the same thing now. He's just digging in. Keep up the pressure, man. Get some armor out on the field. He has nothing. I mean, this is also pretty bad. I mean, considering he's fighting a Brit, he's absolutely woefully, dreadfully unprepared for any sort of armor incursion. That's bad. And that's very bad. That's catastrophic, in fact. 2 Stuarts, and this could be the end of the 9th Panzer Division's adventures already. Both was still up. 2 1s, in fact.
Veterancy gained.
Veterans. There we go. Kampfkraft Central up. Bit of veterancy for all, but still. Get a pack. Get some more infantry. Mehr Infanterie. Keine Unterstützung. You have enough support now. You need for something for the support to support. Combined arms. Let's just speed this up a bit. Both players again are passive, not really sort of, trying to attack. And we're seeing more emplacements again. Careful with it. In fact, we're seeing a third Bofors. And again, he's rather close to going what some might call Sim City, which is essentially just making so many goddamn emplacements. And again, you don't want to do it in particular when all those emplacements only allow you to hold 1 victory point and not 2. I mean, for heaven's sake, that's just a grave strategic miscalculation when your sort of defensive lines don't actually cover enough of what you need. And again, then you need troops to attack. Also note, all these emplacements actually take up population cap. That's what British emplacements do. So again, if you have too many, you can't get enough troops. It's quite vital. And I do find it a bit distressing. I have to point this out so many times. But again, Monday Novice Fights. We're here to watch novices fight, not the actual veterans and professionals. Piered rounds flying. I mean, had this British player been a bit aggressive with all the resources he's been posting in 3 buffers and, well, an additional MG, I mean, he could probably gotten armor. He could have gotten several Stuarts. He could have gotten an armor command and Cromwells. He could have utterly devastated Weenieroast much earlier. But no, he hasn't. He's instead decided to just dig in and sip a cup of tea. I mean, come on, man. Should we just call you Duffy instead? Anyways, Weenieroast not really showing any sort of greater propensity towards actually being aggressive. Rather slowly crawling about on the field. Now getting a mortar, again lots of support units, not really for this, a lot for the support units to support. Nothing to attack, nothing to charge with. Pioneers coming fine. We are seeing a Stuart now arriving. And we are seeing the Royal Canadian Artillery Doctrine up for the 11th.
Battalion HQ is confirmed. It can start securing resources from the area.
And secured resourcing, so he's clearly going heavily on the munitions, although why didn't he move it down here so he could actually get much greater benefits out of it? You know, 16 point with secure resources will get you a lot of munitions. And I do mean a lot. But sadly no, Shibboleth apparently has decided that's silly. And meanwhile we are seeing a Fort Barracks up again, you know, passive. Not enough infantry, not enough to attack. Keep up the pressure. You don't want a Brit who can be able to steamroll you. And again, if Shibboleth had not been building so many bloody emplacements, he could have done so. In fact, he's building more emplacements. More, and he's not even getting anything out of this Stuart. In fact, he's got a damaged engine. Oh, Shibboleth. You're making Percival starting to look competent. He lost Singapore to an inferior force. Pioneers going down here rather heavily. And a Pioneer squad down for Weenieroast. Again, there's not really a lot to stop this advance. Also a fun thing, you know, infantry sections with rifle grenades can lay down smoke, so you could neutralize this MG if you so fancied. Mortar rounds flying. And we are seeing a pack moving about bloody damn time. And again, this dude is doing nothing. Shibboleth, move it, lad. Troops are taking heavy fire from mortars and MG42. British mortar doesn't seem to be doing an awful lot either. Come on, man. German mortar in a bit of a tight spot as well, and there we go. All British troops up and down. Retreat, man. Retreat. Get your lands out of there. Whoops, my apologies. Come on, man. More mortar fire, and there's no attempt at getting the MG42 to safety from that mortar fire. Come on, Weenieroast, or are you attempting to have your troops roasted as well? More mortar rounds falling. Additional packs now. But again, no infantry. Nothing really to take on the fight. Mortar lost. Volkskriegs with 1 kill. Again, they've not really been used at all. Weenieroast again needs to get his bloody act together. Needs to gather up some courage, some aggression, and actually bloody well attack with some bloody well infantry. Instead of just holding back. But again, I mean, it's... And Shibboleth just keeps building emplacements. His opponent's doing nothing, yet he's not attacking himself. Oh, dear. Just get some armor up, man. MG42 suppressing the Brits down there. Nicely placed. When it comes to that, I suppose. Still. One down there. Again, not really achieving much. Again, we do have a lot of assets being utterly wasted on both sides, not achieving anything. Instead of, actually into something that could achieve something. I mean, again, we are seeing two utterly passive players without any sort of courage, backbone, or elan, just sort of muddling about. Grenadiers taking heavy losses. Stuart lost to a pack. Trying to clear out that emplacement with some pack fire as well. Grenadier moving. Oh, nice hit with a pantrick. And of course he's equipped with dual pantricks. Again, he's not really gone for anything that might actually help in attacking really seriously.
QM's just distributed supercharged rounds to the artillery.
Though they have veterancy 2, which I suppose is something, but again, veterancy 2 for only 2 infantry units. Come on. But again, we are just really seeing Sibley posting a lot of resources in things not going anywhere, not getting in closer to any of those victory points. I mean, come on, he's constantly expecting an attack, but he doesn't really have anything worth attacking. Come on, man. Push. Push, invest your resources in something useful, something that can help you take that victory point. A 17-pounder gun here is not going to help it. Bofors not, because not. That 25-pounder gun might be helpful, but still, you should have been having that up much earlier then. Much earlier. Instead, you're sort of dangling about. Which again is not helping you one bloody bit. And we are seeing terror up for Weenieroast. The Weenieroast terror, I suppose. With the terror of the Novice. Worrying that he might actually have to be aggressive. And there we go, 25-pounder gun right here on this nice target. Pack dead. False Grenadiers also not looking too good. Pack wrecked. And German forces are being pushed back in the name of the King, the Hun, Crap, the Jerry. But again, we do have a lot of units not really achieving anything, and again we have 2 players being, well, pretty passive, doing largely nothing. And again, that is bad. I mean, again, had either side been facing even a slightly more competent, aggressive opponent, either side would probably have lost at this stage. I mean, really. These are a lot of defenses that can essentially on their own be quickly knocked apart. He could have easily been outmaneuvered, have lost a lot of his resources in the process, but no. Because why? Because Weenieroast is sitting about doing nothing. He's not attacking. He doesn't even have forces that are capable of attacking, really. Is in fact just a big artillery target. Now he's even losing to this. Come on, Weenieroast. And of course, at the same time, Sibley's also got a lot of units. Not really doing much either. I mean, this is again not really the sort of thing you should be doing if you actually want to get anywhere in Company of Heroes. This is the wrong thing to do. This is the sort of thing that's going to lose you a game. Because again, you're way too passive. At least, I mean, we can say that Weenieroast is capable of using sandbags, which is something. But really, he needs to be more aggressive. He needs more infantry. He needs to attack. And again, he's got barely any units on the field. He's got plenty of resources. Use it, man. Now getting a Panther and then getting an Ostwind. Not sure why he wants a Panther, because again, there's not really any sort of heavy armor. A Panzer IV could have done the trick, or perhaps some Ritterkreuz. Does he at least remember veterans for his armor? Of course not. More 25-pound gunfire against the church. It's apparently not really achieving anything against the church, at least nothing noteworthy. And of course, note, Panzergrenadiers are not really an anti-infantry weapon, in particular when the troops are behind lots of cover. Looks like Weenieroast and the 9th Panzer Division are finally making what could be interpreted by some as an actually bold and aggressive move after so long. After Shivalev apparently did something here, but then apparently forgot how to do it. We are seeing the Panther moving up. Both those rounds flailing off the frontal armor of the Panther, clearly unable to do anything. Infantry here taking some nasty losses. British actually pushing into the town centre, perhaps. Just need to clear out that MG42 again. Rifle grenades could do it. Rifle grenades. We are seeing artillery getting called in. We're seeing an Ostwind arriving. Piats galore. And another retreat from the Brits. And again, why isn't he turning about his 17-pounder gun to actually meet this threat? I mean, come on, Shivalev. Do try to react. You're not really achieving anything by this. And 25-pounder gun lost. Weenieroast actually managed to do some damage. Going for Inspired Assault and a Firestorm. That's quite interesting. Although it would have been earlier better, so you can much quicker finish off that 25-pounder gun. Even this 17-pounder gun is fine, but of course a bit too late. Casualty station is gone. Headquarters command took a bit of damage. Now the Panther just needs to get out of there. He also needs some veterancy for it. Again, always get veterancy 1 for the armor. And then consider later on if you want more veterancy for it.
Our opponent has 200 points.
Brits moving out in a rather large horde. Trying to catch that Panther. Pioneers again should not be repairing while under enemy fire. Again, not in the middle of the road either. Really a poor choice of pit stop right there for Weenieroast. Definitely not going to win him any awards through that. We are seeing some additional infantry finally arriving, some Ritterkreuz with their assault rifles. That's something. And finally, also getting some veterancy for his armor. Finally. Looks like Weenieroast is remembering what to do. And we are seeing the priest arriving, ready to deliver a sermon of how the Hun is a bad person in need of 25-pounder shells down his throat. Whoops. Sabres moving up, pack rather exposed to Piat fire. So is the Ostwind, though in fact it could be lost again. Remember, an Ostwind is a pretty weak armoured piece. You should be careful with it. And there we go, Ostwind lost. Remember, they are not Tiger tanks. They're not even equal to Panzer IVs in terms of durability. And looks like that Vickers machine gun is down, so a lot of emplacements lost for Shivalev now, in fact. There's still no real attempt. In fact, he could have been sending down his Panther there or the Ostwind to clear them out. But he's, again, doing nothing. He's absolutely passive. Not trying to sort of check out avenues of attack opportunities to sort of do some damage. He's just sitting there, which is quite tragic. 25, no, that's the priest this time around. Finding way at the Hun. So far not really achieving a lot of kills. Tragically enough, I suppose. Oh, I'm sure Weenieroast is quite pleased. 2 kills at what the priest achieved. Still no armoured command track, and of course now the Brits are much more sort of boxed in, not really good. Pack exposed, and Weenieroast probably realises that was a bad position for him, particularly when he retreated all this supporting infantry.
Until death.
So there you go. Pack gone. Kaput. Well, the crew is. Not really the most inspiring sight. We are seeing a bunker going up now for Weenieroast. There's a Kreuz moving forwards. Another buffos. He seems quite fond of the buffos. Medic bunker. He could have done with that much earlier. And he also needs to consider evacuating that church because it's in a bad condition. A bit more artillery and that thing is not going to be sanctuary. Another pack gone. There we go. And that's in fact completely lost. Church taking heavy damage as the Brits try to exercise from German influence. Power of Churchill compels you. The church is... Ooh, nice. More artillery apparently from somewhere. Looks like two priests in fact arrived hammering the Hun. We're in fact seeing a bit of action now, finally. Again, these two chaps are way too passive, and again, the sort of lack of infantry, the lack of proper armor has rather crippled Weenieroast. And where was his Panther in all of this? Now being prepared for a small assault northwards with some pioneers. Units lost, MG down. Church collapsed, in fact, completely. Infantry rushing back. Pioneers getting suppressed and pinned, in fact. Panther getting way too close with its rear exposed. Why, Weenieroast? Why? What did the Panther ever do to you except follow your orders? Now he's getting even closer, getting it tangled up in Pied rounds. Just get it out of there, Weenieroast. He's... Oh wait, he only had one. Now he's getting two. That was just the pack I was watching there. Never mind then. Could of course have been using the captain's ability to sort of vector target, I suppose. And there we go. A veterancy free captain and a veterancy free lieutenant. Not really a good sign. And again, Weenieroast way too goddamn passive. Knight's Cross hanging about. Brit charging ahead against the Pioneers. Pioneers need to get out of there. Rückzug, Männer, Rückzug. Dear, and he's just lost two Pioneer squads by the looks of things. No, will he make it? Run, Heinz, run. That was close.
Crew, steady up. What's the word, sir?
And what is Mr. Weenieroast now doing? Preparing for another assault. We're just moving in towards, we're just trying to hold this without any greater effort. We're seeing a machine gun up there. In the small wooden something? Not entirely sure what purpose this structure serves. Looks like he's getting ready for an assault on the British base, perhaps to avenge his Panther. But again, why? There's a Vickers machine gun emplacement there. Oh, Weenieroast.
Go ahead, Captain.
And again, we speed up. And there's a lot of speeding up in this match. My apologies again. Rather what I have to work with. And this is the Monday Novice fight, and I do think again all this passiveness and this poor disposition of units, this lack of infantry and the too many emplacements and whatnot is rather indicative, of course, of Novice issues. Again, a lack of aggression, a lack of boldness, a lack of confidence in your own abilities.
Section ready.
AT gun ready. Heavy infantry ready.
And again, he's constantly just giving the Brits any opportunity, and of course the Brits is doing the same thing because again he can't really push. Neither of them they can because they lack proper assault units. Now he's just blowing up the town. Well, ain't that a sight? Medic bunker gone. Another Ostwind rolls in. How about some actual And of course, running right into the line of sight of the 17-pounder gun. Weenieroast, how can you forget there is a 17-pounder gun? He's sacrificing it to call in a V1 rocket. Come on. That's just a waste of resources. Could you at least then follow up the assault now? But of course it can't, because he doesn't have a lot of units to actually commit to it with. And these Grenadiers could have done some damage, of course, now killed. Brilliant job, Weenieroast. Absolutely smashing. British troops moving through the hellish landscape that was once Semois. More firestorm splits getting hammered by MG fire. Lieutenant has to be a bit careful. More artillery. MG gone. Building collapsed. Lots of artillery fire, in fact. Volkskriegs and Knights Cross still not really doing much. Assist. And another Ostwind lost. And again, Weenieroast is looking to be in positively dire straits. Getting a Piet with his Knight's Cross, that seems a bit wasteful, to be honest. Grenadiers moving up. And again, he can't move up there due to too many emplacements. Lots of artillery, of course, is not helping either. And of course, the Volkskriegs are now coming under fire. Retreat, Rückzug, get out of there. This is just establishing another line with MGs. Oh dear. Don't tell me you just lost your Volkskriegs trying to take that point. You could have just retreated, man.
We're ready for further orders.
Oh dear. And now Shibboleth finally has some armor. Armor commander good look. Oh, again, he's not making any attempt to even secure this point, getting more munitions, but again, he's floating an arse ton of it. He's not using it. He's got artillery. He could easily call in tons of artillery, but he's not. He just lacks the aggressiveness. And again, he's giving Weenieroast some sort of 42. Captain Hastings has suddenly gotten very aggressive. He's had enough with his Webley revolver. Give him a good LMG and he'll sort those Huns out. Then again, he might get roasted by Weenieroast. There we go. Leading behind the LMG once more. Right, Ritterkreuz needs to get out of there. Get out of there. Why did he retreat the King Tiger? It's barely taking any damage, but again, retreat the infantry. Get the King Tiger. Cromwell down. Cromwell kaput. And by Joe, his opponent has absolutely no anti-tank assets all of a sudden. He could push forward the King Tiger a bit, clear out this part. Come on, Weenieroast. Vorwärts, now. Schnell, schnell, Kartoffelkopf. No, instead he pulls the King Tiger further back. You don't want that paint job scratch now, do you, Helmut? Trying to take a point while under artillery fire. Again, he's already lost Volkskriegs. That why not add in some Knight's Cross, I suppose. Additional Grenadiers out. Getting another LMG. Sappers with an LMG. In fact, he's down 2 Sappers. Largely, we got this reconnaissance, but again, he's not very good at retreating. Not good at all. So let's see what happens when we speed things up again, and will he retreat in time? More artillery. Lots more, in fact. Oops. Sappers with the LMG, I suspect. Oh, getting absolutely torn to bits. And grenades. Assault, in fact, from the Ritterkreuz. Desperate attempt. Oh, he's down to 5 victory points. Could this be it? But then again, this is because Tiroliv is absolutely much too passive. Stackhound Stewards is an absolutely, well, desperate attempt. I mean, you can't stop a King Tiger with that. Bunker going up. Although the pack might actually help a bit. Grenadiers, but without a Panzerschreck. Not a lot of manpower due to the King Tiger. Oh dear, oh dear. There we go, Panzer on the way. More artillery, hammering the bunker, I suspect. Just cancel it, man. Cancel it before you lose the manpower. Press delete. Escape, whatever. Grenadiers coming under heavy fire from the Staghound, not looking good. Just get that King Tiger in. Have the Knights Cross clear out the pack. And there we go, Bunker and Pioneers gone as predicted. Weenieroast. You're not really earning yourself a Knight's Cross, an Iron Cross, or any sort of commendation. Stuart now charges recklessly in right in front of the King Tiger. Move up the Knight's Cross, flank it, come on, Weenieroast. You can do it, I think. Stuart down, and he lost the Knight's Cross. Again, unit preservation clearly doesn't seem to be either of these players' strength. Just move up the Knight's Cross, clear it out, please. Please. Let's just speed this up because this is just too tragic to watch. Now laying down a 17-pounder gun. Come on, Weenieroast, vorwärts. In the name of the fatherland. Just push. Sabres going forward. Getting hammered. King Tiger almost down, not really. Oh, he lost it. He lost a King Tiger from what was otherwise a pretty surefire situation by leaving it in the artillery, not clearing out things that could have easily been cleared out. Oh, Weenieroast. You do manage to pull out something that not a lot of other people could achieve. I wouldn't say it's a good thing now, of course, here again. Had he merely again earlier might have been a bit more aggressive towards this point, he would not be in this situation. And Ostwind, but again, Ostwinds don't help again. Tanks. Don't. MG in trouble. Get it out of there, Weenieroast. Get it out of there. Retreat, Rückzug. Get out of there. Evacuate something. Just something. Instead, he lost another MG-42, another unit in a building. Oh, for heaven's sake. What side are you on anyways, Weenieroast?
We're losing territory.
Let's go and look at Shivaliv, who's really enjoying the situation much more. Observation post on the munitions. He seems to be perhaps gathering his hopes on 1v1. To sort of turn things around, bash this precision, charge in, take the point. Don't stick them in the shed! They can't do anything.
The lads have completed the slit trench.
Slit trench now. I suppose the last desperate to control this point, otherwise of course if he loses it, he loses the game. Trying to deal with the Cromwell, they're getting hammered. Where's the Kreutz moving up from the front, coming under vast heavy fire from MGs. Just get your infantry out of there, Weenieroast. And there we go though, the V1. The one rocket to turn things around. Oh, he's moving in the Cromwell closer. Oh, that didn't do much. Cleared out the Vickers, but apparently troops in trenches are rather resistant. We are seeing an assault now. In an attempt to clear out the occupants. Looks like he might succeed by stunning them. Keeping their heads down in that filthy trench he's not evacuating. And there we go again. getting very damaged. They can't quite hit the later quite due to all the light covers. Oh dear, the troops inside are getting absolutely devastated. And it looks like the grenadiers were killed again. Jesus Christ, Weenieroast. Unit preservation again. How many times do I have to tell it to you? There we go, though. Occupant's dead. Taking up his own position. Let's just speed up this nightmare. Panther arriving. Running into problems due to the machine gun. No surprises there. Cromwell down. Should have gotten out of there. Can't really deal with the troops in the trench. He needs 5 grenades. And point taken. Flamethrower pioneers. And there we go. Somehow victory was managed for the 9th Panzer Division against the 11th Infantry Division. A pretty harrowing fight in terms, again, these sort of novice mistakes we saw here. Again, the primary one really was absolutely too bloody passive. Too many support units, too many emplacements, not enough infantry. Either side could have won this game half an hour, 40 minutes ago, had they just bothered earlier with being a bit more aggressive, a bit more armor, not so many support units, not so many emplacements. That's rather it. Also, of course, poor unit preservation, terrible unit preservation at both sides. So there you go. Do hope you learned something from this, and if you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send in a replay of your own? This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.